Hi guys, thank you for coming back to Crystal's Chit Chat. I have someone in my studio today. She's from Boston. Her name is Song. Let's greet her. Hi Song, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All is well, all is well. So where are you from?
So I'm originally Ghanaian, but I'm born and raised in the States. So my parents are the only people who really lived here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what part of Ghana are you from?
So northern Ghana, both Upper East and Upper West. So Bolgatunga and then Wa.
So is that where the shea butter is?
Yeah, that's like 2 hours from the Shea Butter lady's hometown.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? I've been wanting to go up there and visit up there.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
So how long you been back in Ghana?
It has been, and I can't believe it, almost a year now.
Really?
Yeah.
What brought you back?
I wish I could say it was this deep, heartfelt decision, but it was kind of impulsive. I came in December. I knew I wanted a change of scenery. I do my school online. So I was like, let me just come to experience Ghana outside of December. And then I just fell in love with it.
Wow, I know your parents enjoy you.
Yes, definitely.
Ah, that's nice, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you're still in school?
Yeah, so I'm in my last semester. I'll graduate in May 1st. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. How was it growing up in America being African?
That's an interesting question. Early 2010s, it wasn't cool to be African. Now it's cool. Now everyone wants to be African and singing the music and Afro beats and everything. But back then, I think that it was a little bit more nuanced because I grew up half of my life in inner city area, so around people who looked like me, but Black American. Mm-hmm. And then the other half, I moved to the suburbs, so I was around all white people. Mm. So
was that challenging?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was me and my sister, but I think there were 6 Black kids in our entire school of 2000. In our district, in our high school, it was 6 of us.
So you guys was teased all the time?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
I mean, at a certain point, you have to assimilate to the people around you. So at that point in my life, I feel like I did what I needed to do to be able to have a high school experience that was enjoyable. I didn't want to. At that point, I don't think I understood some of the things where I look back now and I'm like, oh, that was definitely a microaggression. Oh, that was definitely really, really intensely racist statement. I did have those experiences, but now looking at it from a bird's eye view, I would have handled some things.
You've been fighting.
Yeah, definitely.
You'd have been fighting. I know
definitely.
Because, listen, you're right. Back then, African wasn't cool being an American. What's some do they used to call you different words or something?
I think it's mostly, I think it was mostly always having to. How do I say, I don't remember being called African booty scratcher or anything like that. I don't have any memories like that, but the making the sound and stuff like that. Yes. And doing.
What do that sound mean?
I think there's a language in South Africa that uses that, phonetically uses that. So I'm pretty sure it's a South African language. Correct me if I'm wrong, or don't quote me. But that uses that sound phonetically. So I don't know how it got brought to the United States, but that was something that they used to do. But just mostly bring up the fact that I was African. Everything came around to you're African or African this or. At that point, if you were Jamaican and stuff, that was cool to be Jamaican and stuff like that. But I think the African had a different perception or asking questions oh, are there lions? Are your parents around lions? Or are they hungry? Those type of.
Really?
Are you thinking everybody?
They always bring up monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys, poorness, poverty, I should say. But people don't know. See, look at Ghana.
Yeah, but you know what? I think back then, they used to show these commercials of Africa with these little poor kids, skinny, starving, and oh, send them money for food. That's how they looked at Africa.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think it's always the media and the perception that they put out there, because kids are hungry in the U.S. too.
Yeah, they are on the side of the street.
Literally. So it's just like, instead of focusing on the problems that the U.S. is facing, they like to. I mean, I'm sure it's somebody's good cause that they put on TV, but I think
it's all about money.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the perception of it made it like, oh, Africa is even in media, like regular movies and stuff, the way they portray Africa and Africans and the accent and everything, it's very
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you growing up in America, was you stereotyped far as when it comes to jobs or dating or?
I think that definitely, being black, being like in America, to the white people, you're black.
Because you grew up in Boston.
Yeah, literally.
Like, that are the racists.
Literally. Literally.
If you do the history behind Boston to find out where them buildings come from and the structure and what Boston used to be back in the day, you will understand exactly what we're talking about.
It's true.
Boston, I can't believe you lived in Boston. Even though they have an HBCU college there, right? They don't?
Are you thinking about Bridgewater? Maybe Bridgewater would be one, but I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But Boston, the Boston racism is interesting though, because it's like, fundamentally as a city, it's built on racist values. Just to begin with, like, there's definitely a rich culture of racism, but it's more systematic than it is because Massachusetts is a blue state. So like, you have like a lot of the white saviorism, like people trying to be like overly woke too. Like it's an interesting mix. But I feel like it's more like in Boston, as a black person, it's hard to move up. Like they're gonna make it. They want rich white men at the top of everything.
Boston is rich.
Exactly.
By itself is rich.
Exactly.
That's where the money is.
A lot of old money too.
There's a lot of old money in Boston.
A lot of old money.
They don't talk about it a lot. You don't see a lot from Boston, but there's a lot of old money.
Yes.
Is that the only state you lived in?
So for college, I moved to Ohio, and I lived in Oxford, Ohio. I went to Miami University, and then it's called Miami, Ohio. But and then I lived in Dayton, Ohio, and I lived in Middletown, Ohio. So I lived in Ohio.
So you went to Cedar Point before?
Yeah, I've been to Cedar Point.
I'm from Detroit, so that's how I know about Cedar Point. Akron, all of that. Youngstown, I've been all through there.
Okay.
So nice. So what brought you back to Ghana?
I would say that, like originally I didn't know how long I was going to stay. I wanted to experience it outside because I was coming December, partying. Obviously, it's going to be a good time. At that point, I think the dollar was like 1 to 17. So my money was feeling long. Right. Like I was feeling like a queen, but I was like, I need to experience Ghana outside of December. And then also, I feel like because I grew up in Boston around a white community, and there is a lot of Ghanaians in Boston, actually.
Yeah, it is.
I just didn't grow up around that community. So, I have a lot of cousins, but like mostly like in terms of school, in terms of area. So I was like, I want to get closer to my culture.
Is your parents back here in Ghana, or are they still in Boston?
So they raised us in Boston. They lived in the U.S. for, I think my dad like 35 years, and my mom like late 20 years. And then my mom just moved here for a job. I think they're following me because I said I was gonna move here, and everybody wants to come.
They're like, you coming back? We coming back home too.
But yeah, it's me and my mom here now. My sister is in school at Howard, and then my dad comes back and forth.
Nice. So what do you do here in Ghana?
Okay, so I'm into marketing. So I do a lot of freelance marketing for small businesses. I have a few little business projects that haven't launched yet, but are in the works. And obviously school is occupying me right now. Okay. But after May graduation, I'll go back and graduate and then come back and hit the ground running.
So you're going to graduate here in Ghana? So
I'll graduate. I go to Northeastern in Boston. Oh, okay. So I'll go home for my graduation for like a month and then I'll come back.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you should have gave Ghana a chance and graduated here.
I know, but the I think I just wanted to walk in the
yeah.
in the graduation, and then yeah.
So how is dating here in Ghana for you?
Wow.
I know.
That sums it up.
Interesting subject to talk about.
How is dating? I think there's a lot of cultural differences when it comes to dating. So, I mean, I've been lucky enough. I'm actually seeing somebody now. But before that, I think the experience was, sometimes you don't know who's really trying to talk to you because they like you.
Right, so do they see you as an American or Ghanaian?
It's crazy because in America, I'm African and definitely Ghanaian. Here, I'm American.
Really?
Like, they definitely
so they don't even look at you as
fully
being Ghanaian here?
No.
Really?
Not
Do you
even my
speak the
own
language?
family. No, I don't.
Oh.
That's part of it too. So I don't speak any of my mother tongues, and that's 3 of them. I don't speak Tree, I don't speak Frafra, I don't speak Wale. So none of them.
So they like you Americanized.
Yeah, even my cousins, they're like, this American girl.
So when you gonna learn how to speak the language so you can,
So I feel like, okay, so the northern languages, my parents didn't teach me growing up. Y'all should have taught me growing up, but they didn't. So
it's your fault.
So, and like those languages aren't commonly spoken in Accra. And so, I mean, living in Ghana, I think Accra is probably where I'm going to be. So I'm actually in the midst of taking some tree lessons.
Tree lessons.
Because I
wanted to take the tree lessons.
You said?
I want to take tree lessons.
Yeah.
I'm sick of my staff talking in tree around me, and now I understand them. So I want to
You talking about us.
And then guess what? That's what I said. I said all the time, I said, quit talking in your language. Give me 5 CDs. Because if you're not going to teach me the language, you can't speak it around me. And then one of my staff would be like, oh, madam, you cannot stop us from talking our local language. And I'd be like, but I don't know it. It's like going to a Chinese place to get your feet done. And they'd be like, da, 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 da. I'd be like, you talking about my feet?
Literally.
So that's how I feel, and I know they probably not. And so someone had to explain to me like, oh, it's just sometimes we know how to say what we saying in our language better than English. Which I understand, and I understand, but I be feeling left out. Like, I'm the only American that speaks the language. So I did want to take a tree class. I know certain words.
I think it's important living in Accra. I think
it's very important.
Tree is like pretty much
broken English.
Like in all, there's the pidgin and then there's tree. I think learning pidgin is also beneficial because if you learn the pidgin, then it's easier to learn than the tree. And then also, I think a lot of people speak in that broken English. And a lot of the gist happens in that broken English. But I think that I like this. I think for business reasons, learning the tree too, because people talk around you. And I think, Ghanaian culture.
Even if you want to go sit at a certain table.
Yeah.
You go sit at a certain table and they know you Ghanaian and you don't speak the language, they're gonna be like, ha.
Yeah.
Like
literally.
Like, are you serious? Are you really Ghanaian? Like, we have to take blood work, make sure, they're not gonna take you serious.
Yes.
Yeah. If nothing less, you should be able to speak tree. What I realize is God is so hard.
Yeah. It is, and that's the language that is really spoken in Accra, because this is their land.
Yeah.
But I think that tree, it's just become more universal. Yeah. I think it's important. I think sometimes we forget about the other languages, and I think it's important to highlight the fact that, there's a variety of dialects in Ghana. But I also think I'll be remiss not to mention that tree is just universal. A lot of Ghanaians from a lot of different cultures, or a lot of different tribes speak that language.
True.
So I think if you're gonna learn something while living here, I feel like that's the one to learn.
I agree. Tree is important. It's really important living here.
Yeah.
Not to say English is not. They all speak English.
Yeah.
But tree they can understand you more because sometimes I talk fast. So sometimes I can say something they don't understand me. And I have to tell my staff, hey, tell them what I say. And they'd be like, oh, small. I met somebody from Mali. He was like, small. He's like, I can understand some of your English, but I understand some and I don't understand it. Mali really just don't.
I think
they speak French too. So.
Yeah. And our English, American English, we like slangs and stuff.
Yeah. And then how we pronounce words and what we say words and what words mean.
Exactly.
It's so different than what they understand the words.
Exactly.
Because it was one time I said something, it was like, you know, and I'm like, no, da 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 da, and it's like they didn't understand it. But you know, so you've been back in Ghana a year.
Yes.
Are you planning to stay, or are you going back to the States? Once you graduate and get your degree, and you gonna stay here?
I'm staying.
You staying?
I'm staying. I see myself here for the foreseeable future. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna feel 5 years from now, but for now, I'm taking it year by year, month by season by season. Yes.
I would say it's cheaper, but it's not.
Crying. It was cheaper living in Ohio than it was.
And listen, I keep telling people I don't understand why they keep thinking it's when the CD was 17. Yes, it was cheaper, but now it's dollar for dollar. It's not cheap. It's expensive to live here.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if you're making dollars, it helps, but I feel like
them dollars
real quick, and I think I've also had to change my lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
because,
most definitely.
Like, things that I'm used, it's really also easy to get used to, like, you know, hair is cheaper here, doing your nails is cheaper, doing your lashes is cheaper. So then you get in the habit of doing it way more than you probably would in the States, and that's where my money's going. So I've had to be like, okay, you're not on vacation, you live here.
Yeah. I had to learn the same thing. When I first came here, I was getting my hair done every 3 weeks. Like I went to hair rack, get my hair done every 3 weeks. And then when a dollar went to, from the CD went to dollar for dollar, and you go somewhere, like even Burger King, a Whopper with cheese, French fries, and drink. It's like $19.
It's ridiculous.
I said, who paying $19 for Burger King? I'm not paying $19 for no Burger King.
But I think because it's outside food, they price it at a premium.
They do, but you know what? Even the stands are getting expensive. And I first moved here, YG was probably like 35 CDs.
Yeah.
And that was like 55.
Literally, I bought it for upwards of like 90 CDs before.
Really?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Now, if you go to Reggie Rockstar, his is there.
Yeah.
And he was, but if you got local YG, it was like 35 CDs for the whole pack. And I was like, oh, let me get that. You know, I had to start. Mm-hmm. But I understand what you mean when you have to start revamping a lot of things you do and taking the American mentality out of your everyday living.
True.
You kind of ask yourself, like, do I really need this?
Exactly.
Do I really need to get my nails done? Do I really need to get my hair done? Do I really need to get my lashes done? Because I used to wear my lashes. I haven't had lashes in a long time. Girl told me I forgot it was gonna equal up to like $60. Oh baby, I'm in Ghana, I'm not paying $60. Even though I'm gonna pay $120 in the States.
I know, right?
So 60 is a break, but at the end of the day.
But when you're doing it like twice a month, it's not a break no more.
It's not a break no more. Literally. And for some odd reason, they don't last here. So I had to understand. I stopped eating out all these nice restaurants, these beautiful restaurants. Accra has some beautiful restaurants.
Accra really does have beautiful restaurants. The service ain't.
The service is horrible.
Yeah, but
the restaurant is beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially when you still looking for something you used to, like as far as American food.
Yes.
You know.
Sure.
When you was living in Boston, was you eating a lot of Ghanaian food? African food? Not even Ghanaian, African food.
I think I grew up eating African food in my house. My
parents
cooked it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I also didn't see like the value in it as much as I do now. In a way, like growing up, because around me no one was eating African food. I'm like, Mom, can you make spaghetti and meatballs? Like that's what they're eating at school. Now I'm like, I wish back then I would have been more.
Now you got the white people eating up.
Literally.
Even cooking it. I saw a man cooking African food the other day and pounding fufu. I was like, whoa.
I'm saying it's cool to be African now.
Yeah, it's cool to be African now, but back then it wasn't.
It was not.
I guess even growing up for me, I wasn't friends with African people.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't. I can't think of one. No. I just started getting friends with African people until I was of age, like really probably in my 30s.
Yeah.
When I started meeting African. Now I have a lot of African friends.
Yeah.
Mostly I have friends in Nigeria.
Okay.
All my friends are in Nigeria.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I've never been. I'm scared.
I went. It's cool. It's actually
so
cool.
much fun.
I mean, Ghana. I don't think of safety that much here.
No.
I think the worst thing that's gonna happen is someone's gonna pickpocket you, steal your phone. That's the worst here. Nigeria. I think it's certain parts too, because I wasn't on the mainland. I was on the island, so like that's also very like, that's like East Legon.
Okay.
You know, like.
So you felt safe.
I felt safe. I think, if I was to experience the mainland a little bit more, they say like you have to be able to just a little bit more careful.
I'm scared to even get off the plane because I watch so many podcasts and so many people talk about just when you land and how they just target Americans and from the hotel to the security can be paid off. I'm just so scared, and I really, really, really want to, because like I said, I have a lot of my American friends that's Nigerian that keep Eddie. I'm gonna call your name out. That he always goes to Nigeria. And I'm like, hey, when you go to Nigeria, call me.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
an
the best
hour
way.
away.
You gotta know somebody.
And let me experience Nigeria while you there, so I know I feel safe.
Yeah.
But until then, no.
That's the best way, because when we went, we knew people. We had already had drivers and people around that was making sure that our trip was curated, safe. Thing that I wouldn't have gone if it was just me by myself.
But I want to experience it.
Yeah.
They turn up.
They turn up. Like, I didn't sleep. I was there it wasn't even December. I was there in July for 8 days, and I had a ball.
Really?
I had a ball.
Being here, go back to dating here in Ghana. You said that they don't see you as a Ghanaian, they see you as American.
Yeah.
When they know that you're a Ghanaian and don't speak their language or don't really engage with them a lot because you are Americanized, right? How does that fit for you? Like, even so, the guy that you're dating, he's Ghanaian.
Yeah, he's Ghanaian.
Did he teach you? Did he try to teach you?
Yeah, he does. He does. I think that the biggest thing was also finding someone who is, because like there's certain stuff that I think a Ghanaian woman would do that I wouldn't even think of doing. So like he's cool.
Girl.
He understands that, like, maybe, how would I say, like I'm a little bit more exposed or like a little bit more empowered, I would say, than the average. Dating before, I think at first I've never had problems with like the initial stages of like, oh, a guy's wanting to talk, but like once he gets to the point of like, oh, you're not cooking, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing that, I'm not. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the right choice.
Cook for him?
I'll cook, but as a choice, because I actually really love cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think there's certain things that I'm just not like. I'm not going out of my way, I don't think, to be extra domesticated, because I'm just not that type of woman. Like, if I was, I would do that. But I just naturally am just more independent, I feel like.
Yeah. I think that's true, what you're saying. Dating someone here in Ghana, African, period.
Yeah.
And they're used to submissive women, and they're used to women to cater to them.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in the States, it's like each his own.
Literally.
And women have to work twice as hard as a man to get to where a man level is, to make that type of money as a man make. And they don't understand that part of that independence that's in you.
Yeah.
And catering to someone, it just wasn't on our path,
Exactly.
you know. And so when you get here and you don't cater to them, they be like, so you don't? No. Like, you do it. And I realized it's hard for them to take like orders from a woman.
vary, or just for you to have your own opinion,
Yeah.
or like voice your opinion and not just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because like when an issue comes, I do have opinion, and like I think in a relationship, obviously you're supposed to work it out and like talk, and even if a man is taking that leadership role, I think it's important to be able to take advice from your woman and like make a decision as a partner, even if you're gonna make the final decision. But I found that, I mean, not with the relationship that I'm in now, but before I found that like, oh, you don't even want to hear what I have to say. Oh, okay, yeah, this is not gonna work.
Hey, look, you bring that American out of you, he'd be like, what?
I have calmed down though, because the way that I would talk to an American guy, I think I would scare away every
girl.
I think
Who you telling? Who you telling? That's why I really try to compress.
Yes.
I really like when I'm in that mood, I don't even come to work.
Yeah.
I don't come around no one because I know they wouldn't be able to understand me. So you could talk to an American like da 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 da
and be straight to the point
and guess what? They gonna be like. They gonna come back at you.
Exactly.
They're not gonna feel intimidated in what you said. They're not gonna be in their feelings. They're not gonna be, emotional.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Who you talking to?" You know. So it's like that sense of power. Like we both have a say so.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But here, I have to say, okay, and then I just be like, They like, what you want to say? Nothing.
If
I will hurt your feelings.
And I think Ghanaians are nice, and the
They
culture
are.
here very nice.
And that's the reason why I had to compress my mouth, because they are nice, and they too nice for me to talk the way I talk.
Exactly.
And then when I do talk, I feel so guilty, and I say, "Oh, Crystal, come on, like you don't have to go that hard."
Yeah.
So when I'm in that mode, I just stay home.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, okay, I'm not in a good mood. And it probably don't have nothing to do with work or anything else. It could probably be something that happened back in America. But I don't come and just take it out on. But sometimes I get there.
I feel you.
Sometimes
I feel you.
I go over the top.
I think I think the only issue I'm running into here is that I'm from the East Coast, like Boston. Like we're sometimes it's not even mean. Sometimes it's just like, I'm very direct in the way that I say things. I'm not gonna be around the bush. Sometimes I even forget, like here, learning how to be like, my parents always taught me to have manners and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And in the Midwest, it was kind of like this. Like people greet first a little bit more. Like in Boston, if I was going to buy something from the store, like, hi, I hope maybe the most is gonna be like, hope you're good. Mm. I need this. Then the person's like, okay, I'm like, hello, I have this, or I don't have this. Here, I found like, I have to be like, hello, good afternoon. Please, I want, and then go. Yeah. And I'm like, bro.
Like, you gotta go through a whole spiel.
Like, you don't care how I am. At the end of the day, like, I'm coming here to buy something.
Yeah. Do you have, hey, so literally. And it's like, here I have learned to say, okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I don't want to change what they have going on because my broken English and my broken whatever I came from, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't polite. Yeah. I tell everybody, America is rude. Every American. Would you say?
That's true.
America is rude.
That's true.
And it takes a strong person to deal with an American.
It's true.
Everyone cannot deal with American.
That's true.
Like
That's
dating, working, it's friendship.
So even when you go on vacation, they'll be like, who here's from France? Everybody's like, woo! Who's the Americans? Everyone's like looking to see, literally. But we don't have a good rap.
We don't. And I'm sorry, we don't. But I love him. I love being a Ghana. Yeah. I don't miss the sirens. I don't miss the shooting. I don't hear no gunshots. I don't miss the fighting, and because you got my order wrong.
And everything's escalating so quickly.
Everything. Soon you step on my foot, we about to fight. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm my bad, or
Yeah.
And it's just peaceful. It's just so peaceful.
True.
And people don't understand. Living here in Ghana is, I'm not going to say all Ghanaians, because, baby, I done ran across some Ghanaians that will turn all the way up.
True.
Have you ran into them? Because I ran some Ghanaians that turn all the way up. That will like, da 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 da. I'd be like, whoa, oh, you mean, you know? But not many, just a couple. But the overall, I wouldn't trade it. I came here for 2 weeks. When I came here for 2 weeks, and not in December. I came here like September or something.
Okay.
And came on vacation and stayed.
Wow.
Came here for 2 weeks and stayed. Sure did.
Wow.
When I got off the plane and walked outside,
You just.
I just felt like I was at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, am I in another continent? Like this, it didn't feel like I was in another continent. So my boss brought me here. My boss already had everything set up, the house, the business. He had everything set up. He was already established here. And so when I came, I was like, So we rode around. He took me to all the restaurants, introduced me to a lot of amazing people. And I was like, So 2 weeks would pass, and he was like, baby girl, pack up. We leaving tomorrow. I thought about it. I was like, I'm not ready, to go home. And then when I said, hey, Troy. He said, yeah. He's like, you packing? I was like, can I stay? He said, you want to stay? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay. He said, well, if you want to stay, you stay in my place, and you'll oversee the business here, And I'll be back in December. And if you want to come back then, you can come home. Yeah. I'm not making you stay here. Letting it be known, I'm not making you stay here. He came back in December, and so we launched Navigate Ghana. You probably haven't heard of it. It's called Navigate Ghana. It's helping diasporas get around Ghana, showing them like where to get their hair done, what's going on in Accra, the different tour sites. Maybe you didn't come with a tour guide, but you want to visit certain things. So Navigate Ghana helps with helping diasporas get around.
That's cool.
So when he came back in December, I had a big ass party for him. Like he said, whoa, Crystal, how you know all these people? I was just like, I don't know. He said, but wait a minute, because the first thing he had faith in me. He's like, you just moved here 2-3 months ago. You don't know nobody. So when everybody showed up for me and knew me, and he was amazed. So he's like, so baby girl, you coming home? I was like, no. He was like, you not coming home? He's all right. I'll be back in March. He's ready to come home and then. So 2.5 years, almost September will be 3 years.
Wow.
For me. And it took me 14 months to go home. When I left here, because I had to go home, because I was still paying rent in America. My rent was $1,800 in America. I had a new Jag truck I just brought, only drove probably like 6 months, paying $1,000 insurance, all kinds of bills. I had to just get rid of everything. I said, and I didn't feel no kind of way. I wasn't scared. I sold everything. I told my kids to sell everything. And they was like, Ma, you gonna sell everything? I said, yeah, just sell it. They was like, so do you want it just to keep it in case you come back? I was like, I don't know when I'm coming back. So, but when I left here, I cried so hard.
Yeah.
I cried.
Oh
God. I cried. My staff was with me. It was like color purple. Like I don't want to go. I cried like it could bring tears to my eyes right now. Yeah. That's how much Ghana had welcomed me in here, and I just didn't want to leave it. I just kept on telling, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I got the immigration's tears pouring. Tears. She was like, "Ha, what's wrong?" I said, "I don't want to go." She said, "You don't want to go to America?"
Baby shocked.
I'm like,
baby
no.
shocked when you're like, I'm
he's like, well, let's switch places. I was like, come on,
Literally.
And so she's like, oh, but you'll be back. Here, take my number down. When you come back, I'll be here to welcome you. And I was like, okay. I'm like really crying tears. I called my boss, Troy. Troy said, get your ass away. Get your ass on that plane. I was like, okay. So that was 14 months. My kids, was excited for me to come home. But I just mentally wasn't ready dealing in America with the rat race, you
Girl.
know, trying to make $1.
Everything's about
Everything-
climbing some sort of ladder.
Listen.
Yeah.
Every day you got bills, and we live off credit. Here, everything is paid for.
Either you have it or you don't.
You either have it or you don't, and you're gonna work towards getting
Exactly.
it. You know, but once you get it, it's yours.
Exactly.
You know, in America, it's like, oh, credit. Can I get a credit card? Apply for this credit. So you're in debt.
Drowning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And so being here, my money is able to stretch longer, far as, you know, not in that rat race of paying for credit and that $1,800 rent, that $1,000 car note. Thank God to my boss for having me already set up. Thank you, Troy. He took a lot of that from me. You know, I know that's not for everyone's case, but he did have me set up. Would I would have stayed if he didn't? As long as I had a place, I would have.
Yeah.
But the material thing didn't change the reason why I'm here in Ghana. So I love being here.
And sometimes that's just the way life is, where like, you know, some people come to Ghana and they don't have the same experience that we're having.
Yeah.
And they go back. But like when I was coming, just like how you're saying, everything kind of aligned for me to be here. So it just feels like in alignment with where I'm supposed to be in life. And it sounds like
It was like something just
yeah,
led you here, led you,
literally,
and kept you here to
Exactly.
the point that you don't even be like, I miss going home. I miss going to the clubs. And I tell everybody, we got that same thing here. They pop bottles here. They stand on couches here. They do all of that, you know. And we safe. You don't have nobody getting their head cracked with a bottle and that like that. But you know, something keep you here. And all my American friends, they all have the same story. They like, you know, like it's so much easier to get ahead. As long as you still have your foot still in America, you can still go to school there. You can still, you know, make American money. You got so many online companies that work with, you know, diasporas, you know. So I think they're making it more and more, you know, efficient. Now, one thing I am gonna say is, when I first moved here, I didn't see white people. So I was like, oh, finally, you know, it's all black.
Yeah.
And now
they're coming.
Oh my God.
They
took over Laboni.
I was just having this conversation the other day that Ghana that I was coming to in 2023 versus Ghana now is a completely different place.
That's when I came in 23.
I was looking at I went to Honeysuckle, Labani Honeysuckle, and I was walking down the road with my friend, and we're like, there is a lot of white people here.
Listen, they took over Laboni. That was my first office in Laboni. They took over Laboni. They walked their dogs. They jogging up and down. And no disrespect to white people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about it. It just looks weird when I see a white man with a little black kid. It really, and he can come in good, you know, good heart, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's weird. You know, it's like, what do you want?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think of it in the same way of like, how like in the US when you have these inner cities with so much amazing culture and everything, and then the gentrification comes in and now people can't even afford to live in their own environment. And like, I do think one thing about Ghana, like, you know, this is just like an observation I made, like, they let a lot of people from outside come in and then like start businesses, do things, which is a good thing, like to be able to do that. But also I think it's gonna put, if we look like, seeing how many white people are coming here and like how much people love Ghana, if you look in the future, I can just see it being like one of those situations where like, you know, they've already took over Labani, it's not gonna stop there, you know?
Yeah, another South Africa, where white people just run.
Exactly.
And they moved all the black people back further and further.
In their own country.
In their own country.
Yeah.
And they selling it all to the white people, the Chinese, Lebanese.
Yeah.
They own everything here. We had a conversation last week, is the people in power, the big people that's in power, they're not giving our young black men a chance to be empowered, be the next person in power. They're not training them. They're not they're not even leading them in the right leadership. You understand? But because they don't have money. But if I raise you to be here where I'm at, where I'm sitting at, I mean, it's nothing for working for free. But one day I can see myself sitting in that chair, being empowered, sitting at this table, making that decisions. But they selling it. They sold it.
The reality of the situation is that the old money in Ghana doesn't want it to come out of. I mean, and this is in a lot of countries. Like the old money doesn't want it to come out of those circles.
No.
So it's like
No.
I'm trying to train my son. I'm trying to train this family member, this family member, this family member. If you know them, if you're connected, but to them it's like, why would I pick a random boy off the street and put you in a position?
But why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. But
it's a
great thing.
But it's so sad. It's so sad. It's like,
it's a great thing.
How and why not? Why would you let these people come take over your country? Because you sit with all this money. What you gonna do with it?
It's like people.
It doesn't cycle. It don't
would
recycle
rather
around
give
you.
outsiders contract or money than someone in their own country. A lot of the time, it's actually really sad. But
what can we do? I mean, America the same way. You know, white people got all the money. They got all the land. They got everything.
Exactly.
We don't have. They don't allow us. If me and you go walk in Navy Federal today and try to go get a loan, they'd be like, deny.
Literally.
Let that white man come with, raggedy shoes on and nothing, but he white. They gonna get him 10,000.
Exactly.
So it happens the same thing in America.
Exactly.
It doesn't. But it says why. But a white man owns the bank, so that's the difference too. You have black people that own these banks here in Ghana and Africa, period. That you will want to teach our youngsters coming up, like one day you will own your own bank, not these white people.
I think.
And I have nothing against white people. I don't hate or love. I don't have nothing against them.
Yeah.
I'm in a continent where it's black, and I want to see black people, reach that level of success.
I think something that I realized growing up African is that the race construct is different for them here. And us in general, growing up in America, it's black and white, and you see yourself as black, you're gonna be black, people are perceiving you as black, whereas here, I think everyone's black. So there's gonna be a different way they've made different ways to segment, from maybe wealth-wise, socioeconomically, class-wise, tribe-wise. So sometimes to our naked eye, it's why wouldn't you want to help another black man? But to them, he's poor, he's from a different tribe, he's not from this family, he's not, it's a different way of.
I guess I haven't understood yet.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I mean, even in a restaurant, I can go to a restaurant and not get good service, but a white man go in that restaurant and get the ultimate service.
That's the colonization.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
My money don't spend like theirs.
Even with the accent, we even have it a little bit better. Cause even when they hear my accent over the phone, at least we sound like we're not from here. And I'm that's the experience. But I feel like an average Ghanaian person who looks like me probably has the same amount in their pocket with a Ghanaian accent. They're gonna treat them like trash in the restaurant. You go in, a white man who probably is here to exploit your country, doesn't have anything of value that he's bringing here other than to exploit your people, pay them low, do whatever, and you're treating them like they're a king. With colonization.
Yeah, but we can go on and on about that. Listen, that's a whole nother.
Truly.
So, want to wrap this up. I appreciate you coming in today.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
To sit and talk to me on Crystal's Chit Chat. I would like to hear more about your story. And let's see how we can work together. I know you wanted to shoot your own podcast.
Yeah.
I told you my studio is available for anyone. We work with everyone. It's available 24/7. As long as you don't need us. As long as you don't need Versal Media. Yeah. The studio is open 24/7 for you to come and do anything that you want to do. You have anything that you want from us, let's work together. It's not about an American thing. It's not an African thing. It's just helping each other grow. And what we was just talking about is not helping each other. And that's what I'm here. I'm here to help work with each other. And I know it's like the hardest thing, like even from America, we don't like working with each other. But here, I want to work with the people, the local people, whatever. As long as I don't work, as long as they ain't gotta go in my pocket. As long as I ain't gotta pay for nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever I have here, like my studio, you can come shoot a podcast, start your own brand, and talk about some of the things that you face being here in Ghana. We're here for you. If you ever need anything from us, we got Marisol Media, that's the production team. We have Navigate Ghana that we explore whole Ghana, Accra, to let people know what we do here. You got Crystal's Chit Chat. And I also do a game show called Pop It Ghana. So you have to come on March 6th to One Ghana, and we having a fufu contest, eating contest.
I think I saw it. I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, my friend, he been posting it. I've been posting it. And so we're going to have an amazing time. So I'm excited about seeing that. So that's the Pop It Ghana part of it. We was at the beach Saturday, but we got another one coming at his restaurant, One Ghana. So I would love to see you more. Listen.
I won't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. I cook at my home. You're more than welcome to come eat. I cook American food. I don't cook African food. Sorry. I haven't. No one's came and taught me how to cook African. I don't even eat it though.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming in, taking your time out to come talk to me.
I had a good time here. It was a nice conversation.
Yes. And you tell your friends about me too.
I definitely will.
All right, guys. That will be the end of this segment on Crystal's Chit Chat. I hope you guys like, comment, and share. And be nice in those comments because I already know I said some things that I know I'm gonna be dragged about. But hey, that's what it's about. So until the next time, thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.